Welcome in, curious crafters, to the 1 hour Saturday Spotlight. Today we'll be highlighting Ingrid's inspirations. Any questions seen within the chat at any point will be saved and used, asked at the end when Ingrid's 1 hour interview with myself is complete. Now, Ingrid, I see you down in the basement. Please try and ignore the chat as best you can. We have had the odd person be a little bit naughty and sneak a peek. I will be watching you. I will begin the countdown clock as soon as you come up and are ready. So when you're ready, give me a thumbs up. She's nodding at me. She's talking away. I have no clue what she's saying. Ingrid, when you're down there, I can't hear you, my dear. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready. She's still talking, like I can hear her. There we go. We have the thumb.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to StreamYard. I'm sorry. Hello.
I wondered what you were going. Really? Great conversation you're having with yourself.
I'm not used to StreamYard. I'm so sorry. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Hello, Lisa.
Okay. Welcome in, Ingrid.
Thank you.
Right. I will be. It's so funny just looking at you talking away to yourself. Okay. I will begin the countdown timer. Good luck. Enjoy.
Thank you.
And let's go.
Thank you.
Click, click, click. Oh, by the way, just a quick heads up to anybody in the chat and to Ingrid. I'm so sorry. You might hear the odd rustle because I have Twizzlers sitting next to me.
Ooh,
I need comfort,
yum.
and so the Twizzlers might get a bit rustled. So I do apologise in advance. Okay, Ingrid, on to you, my darling.
Yes.
Okay. How old were you when you first learnt this craft?
Oh, my dream catchers and sun catchers, they're quite recent. I should say it's now almost 2 years that I've been doing this. So, it's running along with my crochet. I have done crafting before, but it's textile designing that I did. And but I've always been crafty. I love to work with my hands. And then one day, actually on a YouTube channel, I saw that they're using CDs, old CDs, to make sun catchers. And I thought to myself, but I can do that. And I just took off and started doing my own thing. And then it was also about 2 years ago. I wanted to do a dream catcher, but I didn't have any idea how to begin, where to begin. And I can remember it was Ophelia Talks. I just ended up on her channel and I saw Dreamcatcher there and I started making them. And I'm still making them. You can see them here at the back of me. I'm doing all sorts of dream catchers.
Let's make a bit just so they can see your background. There you go.
Yes.
I thought it was like a night sky when you first came up.
No, it's just I have a few of them here that I made. Crocheted one, and this is a crochet one. And okay, up here we can't see now, but these are actually sun catchers that I made with my own beads. I make my own beads as well. And apart from crochet, I do the one that looks like a little spider web that you do the knotting. I do them as well. Yes, I love doing them. I just really, your imagination can just go. You get your inspiration from a walk at the beach and you see bamboo and then you think of, oh, but that would look lovely in a dream catcher, the pattern. And then you make a dream catcher.
And I guess with the the dream catchers and you being a jack of all trades, you can incorporate a few different crafts into one.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I can do my crochet in my dream catchers, my bead making. I actually have some beads here that I can show you if you want to see. I was busy this afternoon with a few beads. They're all on toothpicks at the moment. They're busy drying. But these are
Like
little
10
beads.
million eyeballs.
And I've used embossing powder that I actually quite recently I purchased the embossing powder and I just love. But this one here is just paper and there's no embossing powder on this one. This is just glaze. After I seal them, they go into, I dip them in sealer and then I put a glaze on them. And they're quite hard. I mean, you can press as hard as you want. You're not going to break them. And you can submerge them in water. They won't disintegrate. So I make my little stitch markers with them. I incorporate them in my dream catchers and in my sun catchers. I even crocheted a poncho a while back, and I took some of my tiniest little paper beads that I made, and I incorporated those at the edge of the poncho. And that poncho has been in water and washed, obviously, and the beads didn't disintegrate. They're still there.
Very nice and versatile.
Yes, very versatile.
So who actually taught you how to make the dream catchers and your sun catchers?
It's a combination. YouTube, definitely YouTube, and then my own imagination. I think it's just I've been blessed to want to work with my hands, and I see something, and then I just run with the idea. And I maybe see somebody do a sun catcher or a dream catcher or beads, and then I think, but why can't I do this and that? And then I try it, and it works, and then I make it my own. So it's, I would say, my own imagination. And firstly, I saw it on YouTube because I wanted to make a dream catcher, but I didn't know how. Where do I begin? What do I do? And like I said, I stumbled upon Ophelia Talks Crochet on her channel. I didn't have a channel back then. And I was mesmerized. And I thought, oh, this is lovely. And I tried it and I made my first one. And I thought, no, this can. And then I started crocheting just like a doily. This is actually a doily pattern. And then I make a dream catcher with it. With this year, if you can see here, this is a
I make
CD.
you large. We're gonna miss it, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, Streamlabs takes over. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. I can't take it anywhere now. No. Maybe I can take it off. I don't know. Let me see. Maybe I can take it off. Yes. There we go. I took it off. I'll show
She's
you.
ruined her background just to show us what she's got.
But I need to explain. You see, my Afrikaans English sometimes hampers me. This year is CDs, and then I cut them into feathers, and I attach them to the bottom end of the old CD, which I paint. I painted these birds on here with glass paint, and then this year is charms that I made, also CDs, and then I put acrylic paint on them and I bake them in the oven. So, and then these are just all glass beads. This is not my own beads. This is all glass beads. But this is made of an old CD. So there is such a lot of things. Oopsie. The light is now not nice. Um, and then
It's a
also
great way to
with the beads this year is all my own handmade beads, paper beads, and there's clay beads in here as well. Over here, this is clay, polymer clay, and this is a little bracelet, and I attach a little bell to it. And you, like I say, it's water resistant. You can go shower with them. I think this one. Let me just have a look. No, is it no? This one. There's another one here. Oh yes, this is also a clay bead that I made. Then I put just some end caps on them, and then all of these are my own handmade beads.
What's an end cap?
An end cap is a little when you have your bead like this here, and then you see there's a little bronze, looks like a little flower. Then on the top end and the bottom end of your bead, just for decoration, they call it an end cap at the top and the bottom end of a bead. Sometimes, like here, I didn't use it. I used little seed beads, glass seed beads, wooden beads. But sometimes I will incorporate a little end cap. Let me just see here. I think I've got, there's some also clay beads that I made. Glass beads that's bought, and then clay beads that I made that's on here. And these don't have end caps, but they do have, I put in little crystals. You can see there, little crystals in between. And then these, the beads that I make, or little crystals, I incorporate in my dream catches and in my sun catches as well. Or sometimes when you make stitch markers, and we all know stitch markers, and they have a little charm at the end, then say maybe for a dream catcher, the more traditional dream catchers, then you will incorporate maybe one of the charms like the bronze type, or if somebody prefers silver, a little dragonfly in the dream catcher, that it to make it look like the little dragonfly sitting in the dream catcher. So all of this, everything, my crochet, my beads, everything, my acrylic painting, my paw painting, all of those you can incorporate. It's I think cross crafting, if you will. Yes, cross crafting, and it's just your imagination, and it's endless. I mean, if you have an imagination, you can do it.
Oh well, that's me gone then. Okay. Ingrid's inspirations. Get inspired. Where apart from the ones that you actually make yourself, where do you get the materials from?
Oh, I try to local. First of all, I try to support my local village, but they don't have everything. Then I have to go to the next town over. Sometimes I will, like now, through a very generous subscriber, a Yanni friend that blessed my channel, I could online buy some material that I wouldn't have otherwise. I couldn't get it here. So just recently, I bought online embossing powder and the embossing ink pad, things to enhance my craft. So it's online, local, with the paper beads. You can use magazines, wrapping paper. Oh my goodness. Somebody sends you a beautiful card. Now you don't want to, let the card go to waste. No, it's maybe a beautiful Christmas card. Then what I do, there's a medium that you can paint over the card on the picture side. It's what do they call it? I think it's transfer. They call it transfer. You paint it in layers. One layer to one side, let it dry. Then you paint another layer to the other side, and you build a few layers. Then you lay the card in water. Then the backing of the card, the paper bit, you actually can roll it off with your fingers, and you're just left with this little picture on the transfer. And then I use that to make beads. And then I can say, oh, yes, this is my sister's Christmas card, and this was my son gave me a Mother's Day card, or my granddaughter, she draws something for Oma. I can transfer that as well and then make something with it, and then it's forever there, and I can gift it to her when she's older.
Oh. Oh. All right, enough sympathy. Next question. You've said a couple of times now about using your imagination. So my guess is that you don't use any particular patterns or styles or plans from anywhere else. It's literally just, oh, that might be good. Let's try it out.
It's literally that, yes. I don't use patterns. Well, if we talk patterns, I only recently, this year, started knitting, and to read a knitting pattern, and I made a Ross's Peach Shop shawl. And I've done that without a tutorial, just reading the pattern. I cannot read crochet patterns. I don't use patterns or transfers to draw something for my beads or anything. I just draw them myself. But when I was at school, art was one of my subjects, which I took till my senior year. From we have standards here, standard 6 till matric in South Africa, and that was a subject at school. I mean, if I could have, we had 2 languages, Afrikaans and English, and then your subjects. And one of mine were art, obviously. But if I could have Afrikaans, English, and art, and art, and art, and art, I would have done that. I was not really interested in the rest. My main subject in art were textile designing. And with designing, you have to use your imagination and take inspiration from stuff around you, or experience, or something that you've read, or a song, or anything. And I think I've just been blessed like that. I think it goes even back before then. My late mother used to say I could draw before I could crawl. I think that's a bit far, taken too bit far. But playing, I was playing with my dolls, imagining friends. I think if my sister, that also stays in the UK, if she was here now, she would agree. Ingrid and her imagination. I dream up.
Does the eye roll come free?
Yes.
Yes.
So,
yeah. You've touched a couple of times on inspiration, gathering inspiration. So what inspired you to start YouTube?
I actually was quite content just being on YouTube in other people's lives and talking to everyone. And I'm going to say it now, if it weren't for you, Miss Lisa, and the yarn geekers.
Don't bring me into it.
Yeah, you were part of it. And they urged me, I must start a channel. They want to see what I make. And no, I cannot start a channel. What do I know? And no, I'm too shy. And no, no, no. And then one day, and every morning, Ginger still had her live every morning. It was the same thing. When are you going to get your channel? And back then, we did a crochet along on Ophelia Talks. She did the ode to Anna Cal, a crochet along, and I was part of that. And she asked when we were all finished, if we want to, we can all make a 15-second video and send it to her. She wants to put them all together and then put it on her channel as everyone's ode to Anna Cal. And that ode to Anna Cal was for her grandmother, her late grandmother.
Oh.
So I had this little 15-second video because I didn't have videos. I didn't have film of my things, nothing. And I thought one morning, okay, I didn't even have my name, Ingrid's Inspiration. I just had my name and my surname as my channel name. I didn't know any better. And I just uploaded that and whoop, there it was. And that morning in Ginger's live, I said, oh, you can go have a look. There's a video on YouTube. I have a channel now. And this, I didn't.
Just like that.
Just like that. I didn't know anything of anything. How I got it uploaded, I don't know. I must have done something right because it was there. And I didn't say anything in that video because Anya didn't ask us. We didn't have to say anything in the video. It was just us sitting with whatever you made of her channel, the blanket and what other makes that you made of her projects. So that was literally my first little video on YouTube was that. And then gradually I started um, doing videos, and there's still very few. Um, but, and then apart from my crochet things, like I think all of you by now, I have, I take you with when I go to the ocean, to the beach, or I go for a drive or outing, I take you guys with because those things inspires me. Oh, the smallest little thing will trigger me, and then when I get back here, I have to start drawing what I saw. So my channel is not just crochet and knitting. Well, knitting is a new thing to me now. I'm busy knitting a fingerweight shawl, fingerweight yarn shawl, and I'm incorporating beads into it. Ooh. But my channel is not just that. My channel is about my crafting and what inspires me. And I love taking you guys with when I go on a road trip. I still want to take you to our penguin sanctuary. There's beautiful things to see, and I love sharing that. I want you guys to see where I live and what inspires me, and I want to share it with you. So that's what my channel is about, getting some inspiration, having a bit of positivity, and sharing, just sharing.
I think a lot of us like it too.
I'm
After
glad
all,
to hear that.
Ingrid's inspirations, showing her inspirations, is inspiring others. Woo woo!
Well, I'm happy to hear that. That's what I'm aiming at. I want you guys to enjoy it. And I love sharing it with you.
No. Feel the hug. Um, how long does it take you to do either a dream catcher or a sun catcher?
Oh, that
Typically,
is
I mean, we're talking average here. We're not talking every single one, but
when
on
it's
average.
when it's intricate, maybe 2 weeks. But on average, I would say if I go all out and just do that, a week.
Hmm. Maybe it's not. No, it'd still take me about 4 years to make one.
No.
Okay. I'm inspired to make one, but at the same time, it scares me.
No. I'll help
We
you.
you don't know what you're letting yourself in for saying that. Are you known for any particular technique or style with these? Or if not, how would you describe your main style? If you were just to go, off on your own imagination without somebody saying, oh, I want this and I want this. If you were to go for your own caboodle, how would
My own
you
caboodle.
describe your style?
I really haven't thought about my style. Um, I think color, well, that's not a style, but I love playing with color and create an illusion of an image just with color. That you think you're seeing a flower, but it's not really a flower. It's just the colors that were blended like that. And then when I do paint, if we think about style there, I would say, I don't know what you call that style. I'm actually a pain for myself when I paint because I'm very meticulous when I paint. I look into the flower where the little pollen is with a magnifying glass to see exactly how they look. And I've got a .3 paintbrush, and I'm very meticulous when it comes to painting. Realistic. When it comes to painting, realistic. When it comes to designing something or a paper or something, making paper for my beads, then it's not so much realistic, but illusions with color. I really don't know what my style is.
Illusions with colour. I like that. Illusions with colour. Hmm. I like that definition. I like that.
Thank you. But
Okay, we'll go
it's
with that.
what it is. Illusions with color.
How would you say that your work with your dream catchers and sun catchers was different from others who make them?
Well, I think off the bat, it's because I incorporate my handmade beads into them. You can make dream catchers, you can make sun catchers, you can do bracelets and necklaces with beads, but not many people have their own handmade beads into sun catchers or dream catchers. And I think that makes it a bit different to others. It's just because I like including my handmade beads, and I'm using air dry clay and polymer clay as well, that I incorporate in my dream catchers and sun catchers. I think it's just that little personal touch,
Mm-hmm.
and I won't ever make two of the same thing. I cannot make two of the same thing, because I'll make it specifically for someone. These that you see here wasn't specifically for someone. This was Ingrid on her imagination trip. But if, say, for instance, you ask me, you want me to make you a dream catcher, then
I want you to make me a dream catcher.
But then I need to, well, I don't need to ask you. I know your favorite color is blue, royal blue, and silver. Um,
You
yes,
scare me. I have my own
I
stalker.
take, I take note. I take note. Um, but then, oh, I need to know your color preference. Are you realistic or do you like abstract? And then, because then that thing is made specifically for you, whether it's Dreamcatcher, Suncatcher, stitch marker, necklace, whatever, a painting, then it's for you. And then maybe the guy next to you, oh, but I like that. I also want one, but I cannot make the same one for him because he's a different person. So I'll never make two of the same things. I cannot do that. Once it's done, it's done.
Her illusion will work. Right. I'm going to pause the countdown timer as we're now halfway through our interview with Ingrid. So, countdown timer is paused. Ingrid, take a drink if you have one near you.
Yes, thank you.
For those in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. All of your questions that are coming up and your compliments for Ingrid are all being saved. Your questions will be asked at the end, so please keep them coming in as they will be asked. I can promise you that. If you yourself are a crafter or you'd like to nominate somebody who you think would be good and willing, please send me an email. The address is in the description down below. If the spotlight might be a thing for you or them. Ingrid, take a breath.
Yes.
Are you ready for the countdown timer to restart?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What do you like most about making the dream catchers and sun catchers?
The process of my, again, I'm sorry, my imagination just let loose. The process of making it and thinking of the person that I'm making it for and just enjoying the process.
I can go with that. I can go with that. Okay. Is there anything you don't like about making them?
I haven't
The
even
cogs
thought
are
of
turning.
something. Can you see the little?
I see the steam. I see the steam.
I really cannot say that there's anything that I don't like. Something that I maybe because when I make my do I have an example here that I can show you? These little ends here at the end of a where you hang your charm. This little round bit. I make them myself. I don't buy the eye the pin with the eye lid on. I make them myself, and then when I do them, and I have to make them quite round, I can't give a wobbly thing to someone, and then you have to take your plier and just pinch them slightly that they can close up, that I don't snag on anything, and then when your hand, you go, oops, and then your whole little ring goes clumps or flat. I have to start it all over. Then I get so cross with myself because what are you doing? It's tiny and dainty. And then I go too hard. Maybe that I don't like. But I like everything. These two hands. If I can use my hands, then I'm happy. Even if I'm watching, well, I don't really watch a lot of TV. I do watch Netflix, YouTube channels, of course. I cannot just watch something. My hands have to be busy, whether it's crochet or knitting or busy when I do my strips for my paper beads, busy curling them, preparing them, smoothing them. I have to be busy with my hands. So long as I can and of course play the piano. I miss my piano. My piano is still not here where I stay now. The plan is to get it here, but it's an operation to get my piano here. It's old Dickman. It's a huge, very heavy piano because of my late mother's. Miss my piano. So if the singers can play piano and they can craft, whatever craft, then I'm happy, content.
I like that answer too. You're doing good, girl. You're doing good.
Thank you.
Have you ever taught others how to make these?
Not my sun catchers and dream catchers. I mean, I've made them since we here in Gans Bay. When my late husband and myself, we were still on the farm, I did textile painting, and there was a few ladies that wanted me to teach them. And there I fail them. I fail anyone that wants to learn from me. I'm not a teacher. I cannot say, okay, now you take your brush and you're going to make yellow now. I'll show. So they had to come to my house and then I will do, for instance, a sunflower. That's the easiest. A sunflower and a guinea fowl. To teach someone to do textile painting, that's the easiest. And then they watch what I'm doing, and then they can ask to while we doing that, but I cannot go stand there and teach people and say, okay, class or people, now we're going to do this and that, like a tutorial. Oh, goodness gracious. um, I, I don't think I'll be able to do that. People can watch what I'm doing and then follow me. And then I can ask me, okay, but how do you get that, this and there? And then I will say, oh, but you do this and that. That's, I think, the extent of my teachings is I've shown people how to do textile painting, but they had to watch what I'm doing while they're also doing it, and I will advise them and tell them or ask them if you, say for instance, shadow, like this now, there's shadow here on my face. Obviously, because the light is there and there's going to be shadow on my face now. Same with the flower. The sun is shining from on top, so the flower will be lighter on top than underneath, and that's the way you paint. So that's my way of teaching.
It's a way of teaching. Even if you say, oh no, not really, it is. So well done. If you're going off on let's say you've got a commission to make a dream catcher, as an example, we're going to use that. Mm-hmm. Somebody has said, I'd like this, and this, the rest is down to you. How do you then judge the piece and say, okay, now it's finished? How do you know when it's at that point?
That's a very hard question actually to answer.
You can pass with any question. You can turn around and go, next. It's fine.
No. I'll try explain, but I think for each crafter, that's a process within yourself. You're busy with the piece and you will walk away from it and come back to it, and something is still not right. You don't feel right. And although it's finished, there it is. And then you'll walk away again, come back, and then you see, oh, okay, no, that was, I still need to put a bit more color here or add another couple of crystals here or feathers there to get the balance right. And then you feel, Okay, that's it. And if I'm not satisfied, then how can that person be satisfied? I think I'm my own worst enemy and critic.
That's the same for everyone. You're not alone there, Ingrid.
Yes,
Everybody's the same.
absolutely.
Welcome to the human race.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's each crafter have that process. And then when you can stand back and say, it's done. Yes, I'm happy now.
The shoulders can relax and you can
Yes.
smile with a
You can
sigh.
breathe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you if you found that one difficult, you may well find this one difficult. Remember, you are allowed to pass. This is your spotlight, but I am going to make you small again because you've been big far too long and my avatar needs to show. So,
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
what would you say? This is a two barrel question, okay?
Mhm.
What is your crafting strength and what is your crafting weakness?
My strength, my perseverance,
Ooh, good one. Ooh, good one.
and my weakness is my perseverance because my
Okay.
weakness is I cannot give up. I won't
Okay.
give up.
I can understand why somebody would think it a weakness. I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I might do. If you're just that determined that you have to do it, it's got to be done no matter what. Okay, good answer. I was hoping it'd be more difficult and we'd see you squirm a little bit, but nope. Okay. Next question. Let's go over here because we haven't done these for a little bit. Okay. I'm going to make you big again. I've just made you small. I'm going to make you big again because
I'm
you need to be
awake.
big for this
Okay.
one. It's like Alice in Wonderland in here, Ingrid. You're big, you're small. You're big, you're small. You're big, you're small. Okay. To everybody in the chat right now, to everybody that's watching the replay, to me, why should we watch and subscribe to you?
I have lots of love and inspiration to give and positivity.
I hate that answer. Give me more. Yep.
The truth.
Does love come in the form of chocolate?
I'll send you a chocolate if you want a chocolate.
Woohoo! I'm staying subscribed. Okay. What are your I can't live without it craft room essentials when it comes to dream catchers and sun catchers? And I do apologise again to people in the chat for the rustling. I'm in Twizzler mode. Twizzlers are being opened.
Enjoy.
I'm sorry.
You're allowed. You're allowed. You know, that's a very hard question because I need everything.
Not a good enough answer. I'm sorry. Okay, just say
Oh,
just give me your top two. The first two things that go to your noggin.
in my dream and sun catches.
Mm-hmm.
For those two,
Mm-hmm.
my paint and my brushes.
I like that because if you've got them, now I remember somebody last week saying almost exactly the same thing. So you're both on par with each other. I see you turning into a banana.
Ghana, banana, Ghana, banana.
I
Love
see
that.
you caught the song too, huh?
Yes.
Okay. What do you do to make your workspace an inspiring place to be in?
What do? I surround myself with all my brushes and my little things that I make for myself to put my brushes in. I've got, at the moment, I'm looking at it because my craft room had to move to the living room because we're renovating. My sister's, that's in the UK, gave me her needlework, what you call it, a basket thingy with a lid on. That's on my table because my sister is there with me. My sister that passed away, she's with me on the table with things, little doodads that she's given me. It's on my table. Things that makes me happy is, and obviously music. Music. I have to have music.
Any in particular?
It depends on my mood. I can go from Richard Clayderman. What's this other guy's name? Fiddle Fiddle. What's his name?
I don't think I want to know if he's fiddling.
What is? Oh,
It's not that
man!
kind of channel, Ingrid. It's a completely clean interview, please.
He's in Tuscany. Andre Rio. I can go. This afternoon, I felt like some Metallica. And then I'll go to instrumental classics. Oh, it depends on my mood.
And that's
But I have to
got to
have
be
music.
around you in your inspiring workspace to help you create.
Yes, and music speaks to me.
So, right this minute, I mean, I don't even know if you're actually working on a dream catcher or sun catcher right now, but right this minute, what sorts of things are inspiring you right now in work that you're doing?
At the moment, the beautiful, beautiful colors of the ocean. Although it's very hot here, it's summer, everyone knows that. It's very hot here. But because there's little cloud coverage, the ocean is the most beautiful blues. Um, and then sometimes, everyone that lives near or at the ocean will know that a cloud can come from nowhere. One moment it's still sun, and the next moment you say, "Oh, wait a minute, there's some clouds coming over the horizon," and next there's these puffs of white clouds, and then they make all these different colors in the water or on the water because of the cloud coverage now. And those colors at the moment inspires me.
I want to see your next works. Okay. Next question. When was the last time you cleaned or purged your craft room?
Well, not too long ago because I had to move my craft room in the living room. So my craft room is now spotlessly clean. There's nothing in it now.
Oh, it's really clean if it's got nothing in it at all.
At all.
Oh, wow.
All that I need at the moment is on the dining room table. The rest is in boxes and in crates. And yes, and that's a bit frustrating because I love to have my things around me, and I know I cannot have that at the moment. So my little craft world is the dining room table at the moment. Everything is there. My music that I had in my craft room, I've got headphones, and then I disappear in my own world. I've got headphones with the extension thingy into the hi-fi, so I can walk around with my headphones on. I don't have wireless headphones down in the craft room. And then the music is here in my head. I don't hear anything else. It's just me, my music, and my craft. And now I don't have that. I've got my laptop next to me.
Can I just pause you there just for 1 second? Is there anybody else in the chat right now that is just imagining Ingrid headbanging right now? Like anybody else right now? Just me? Okay. Carry on, Ingrid. Sorry.
We won't go there. We won't go there.
Oh. Okie dokie. Right.
So at the moment, my laptop is my music, and I miss my stereo, my hi-fi, the sound. I miss that.
Aww. Is that going to be rectified anytime soon?
Yes.
Like, yes.
Oh yes.
There's a lot. I have to say that I've just asked the chat a question, as you know, and we've got quite a few people saying yes, me, yes. So I wasn't alone. I'm so glad of that. Okay.
Me,
Ingrid.
doing things like that. Me.
Just pure on headphones, head banging away, don't care about anything else, and going for it. My gosh. Oh, got head rush. Okay, next question. How do you combat creative blocks?
Oh, that is a tough one.
Well, creative blocks tend to be quite tough, yes.
Oi, I think that is time when that happens to me. I need to get to the water. I need to get down to the ocean. I need to get to the water.
Now I'm imagining a headbanging mermaid. Okay.
I need to. I go to the ocean. I need to be there. Yes, that's what I do.
Yeah, definitely
And
mermaid.
be on my own. Be on my own. I need to be on my own. And just go to the sea, go to the ocean. That's what I do.
Oh, all serene like. Oh. Okay. We live in such a mass-produced society. Why should people continue to make these things by hand?
Art is the act of love, and mass production is, yes, we all buy mass production stuff. We cannot get away from that, but to buy something that is made with love and specifically with you in mind, you cannot, no machine can replicate that or take its place. And it's a work of love, and a machine cannot do that.
Methinks she's been listening to my other spotlight people. Copycat.
You see, a craft, like my late husband used to say, you arty people are all cuckoos. So it sounds to me, we arty people, we think alike, you see.
Nothing wrong with being a little
Oh my
bit
word.
cuckoo.
I'm thinking too much of myself. Arty.
Or I'd go with it, Ingrid. You're arty. Go with it. Embrace it. Embrace it. Okay. This is the popular one that everybody gets asked. If your craft room, which I'm guessing is actually happening right now, but if your craft room could get a complete makeover with price, no option, you know, there's the sky is the limit, literally. What would you have done? Describe your ideal craft room to us.
Oh, goodness. My craft room. would have actually no window, no windows, no walls, no brick and mortar in my face, just huge windows with lots of plants, water,
Colours, work
color,
surfaces,
pardon,
work surfaces,
work surfaces.
pictures, windows.
Yeah, like I said, windows, I would like windows all round and no brick and mortar in my face. I just want to have windows. Lots of plants. I would love to have a water fountain there. I need to hear the water. But I wouldn't say I would want very modern stuff there. I'm quite happy if I have a work surface and enough supplies of things. But I love making my own, like glass paint. I make my own glass paint. I wouldn't go cuckoo, but I would love to have space, windows all around me, plants and water and music. Oh, and a place for my piano.
Oh, of course, that has to be there. Has to be there. I've
Yes,
heard you mention it several times in videos, and
yes.
and here, and here. Okay. Sorry, I just got kicked by a snoring bean. What with your dream catchers and your sun catchers, what is the number one craft tip or the best tip that you've been given that you could give somebody that's doing a similar thing or wanting to do it? What's your number one craft tip?
I would say keep all your tools clean.
Oh, I
Look after
like
the
that.
brushes.
Yeah. Oh, I like it. I like her thinking. The headbanging mermaid has good taste.
Oh my goodness. Around blobby mermaid, but yeah, okay.
Hey, we ain't going into size with things now. We're talking about craft. What do you do to keep yourself, your space, and your time well organised?
Oh my.
Yes, yours. Yours, yes.
Oh, my hat. My hat.
Oh, it's all to do with hats. Okay. One must have a hat.
I must have a hat. I must have a hat to think. I would say planning. Plan ahead. Plan, okay. But also, then I have to say, I can plan as much as I want to and think tonight, okay, tomorrow morning, this and this and this, I'm going to do this and this and this. And tonight I see that my table is clear and clean and everything. So tomorrow morning when I get up, I want to start whatever. And then tomorrow morning comes and the mood shifted and I'm not in a pink mood anymore, but I'm in a other mood. And then what I set out for myself, then if I don't, it's with like in painting. You cannot paint if you're not in the right frame of mind. So I can say, listen, tomorrow I'm going to prepare my frame, or I'm going to prepare my dream catches, the hoop, or the what I'm going. But tomorrow morning come and you maybe feel, oh no, I want to make. I dreamt about paper and I want to make these beads. I saw these in my head. I need to make this paper to. I want to make beads. Then okay, all the planning goes out the window. But I tried to plan.
Mm-hmm. And for the organisation, does that come into it as well? Do you plan how to organise your tools and the things that you've
Yes,
made?
I have a certain way of arranging my things, organizing my things around me that I know I can just stick out my hand, that will be there because that's its place. To organize it like that and don't go in there and think, oh, but where did I put my pliers and where's my whatever. Now I try and keep my things, and if somebody, and sometimes my table is in a disarray, but I know what's going on there. And if somebody were on my table or were to put something on another place, I immediately know, okay, who's been at my table? Because although it may seem like a total hot mess there to somebody else, I know what's going on there. And you can look tonight, tomorrow morning when you get up, my table will be clean, that hot mess will be gone. But while it's there, I've got organized chaos.
Can't we tell that Ingrid doesn't live with a cat? Right, Ingrid, you have one question left, which you
Okay.
can choose.
Ooh, okay.
Now, pick a number between 34 and 82.
55.
Oh, that's very quick. Oh, it's an easy one though.
Oh.
What did you fear about making your first video?
That I won't be able to speak English.
What language are we in right now? Has somebody got subtitles on? What?
Oh, it's
What's
because my mother tongue is Afrikaans, and the only time that I speak English is when I'm like now in a live, or we are talking to somebody on the phone and they're English, but further I just talk Afrikaans, and that was my biggest fear, that I won't be able to speak proper English, and the people will say, "What? What is that woman saying?" What was
oh my word?
anxious that people won't understand me.
Okay, well, I think you do perfectly well, and I'm almost certain that a lot of people in here will agree with me when I say I think you speak better English than I do.
Oh, no. But thank you everyone that's watching for putting up with my Afrikaans English. And if my isn't and art and bosh and words is in the wrong places, please correct me, help me.
Woman, hush now, hush, hush. Okay, Ingrid, our time is up with myself. So we're at the end of my portion of the interview. So now we are going to turn to the questions from our live supporters. We have a maximum of 15 minutes here. So guys, if you still have questions, you better get them in, because the ones that have been saved, I'm asking. And if I come to the end before there are any more questions from you guys, that will be it. Then you'll have to go over to Ingrid's channel and ask her in comments over there. Okay. So first question, let's have a look. I don't know if this is a question or a statement or a bit of both, but I may have to make you large. Deborah Womack. She's going to kill me for saying it like that. I'm sorry, Deborah. I'm so sorry. She says, CDs cut into feathers? Question mark, question mark, question mark. We want to see close-ups, I think. I think this is hard to believe. Can we see?
With pleasure, Deborah. Oopsie. I don't know if I can keep them still.
And they were CDs.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
And this here. Let me just, oopsie. I don't want to move it really. This here is also part of a CD, but this is a charm, a piece of the CD that's being painted with blue craft paint and glitter, and then I bake it in the oven, and then it makes a little charm.
I want a whole bowl full of just them.
Oopsie. Yes.
Wow.
There we go.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So,
Put them away, girl. Put them away. My gosh. Wow. 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 Okay. Knitting Turnpike. Question for Ingrid. How did you learn to make beads from paper this way?
that was 2 years ago on YouTube. I was when I was looking for the dream catcher, how to do a dream catcher, how to crochet a dream catcher. In my search, I stumbled upon beads, and I okay, let me have a look, and then I started watching, and it was quite a few videos that I watched. And I thought to myself, but hey, I don't have all those thingies that they talk about, but I have got glue and I have got glaze and I've got paper. And I've got toothpicks. And I started making them. In the beginning, my strips that I cut, you measure them out, were all wonky, and I made wonky little beads. And they hardened, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is nice. And then it just escalated from there, and doing my own thing and putting stuff with and testing. So it's the same period as I do my crochet, my dream catches, sun catches, and the beading. It's now 2 years. Almost 2 years on YouTube. And then I say with all my own imagination thingies with it. I think some of the bigger channels or the bigger crafters will go, what are you doing, woman? But it's me putting stuff
I
together.
highly doubt that. You're doing your self-doubt thing, so hush again. Hush.
No.
We don't have self-doubting around here. You're in the spotlight, girl. Promote yourself. Okay. This one's going to tell me off for saying a name wrong as well, but I'm sorry. Chatelaine Makes has asked, ballpark figure, approximately how many dream catchers or sun catchers do you make in a year?
Oh my goodness. Chatelaine, it's Lorraine, yes? It's her name, it's Lorraine. That's hard to say, because if I have orders, because I make them on order, then I can have 20 or I can have 5. It all depends. And sometimes I just make them because I want to make them. So it all depends on orders and how I feel. Do I feel like making dream catches? But let's say in the past year, I've made about 50.
In a year? Flipping heck.
Yes.
You go, girl.
Most.
Wow. Okay. Right. Next question comes from Karen. Why? Why? Because she's asked it. Ingrid, out of all your crafts, which one is your favourite? If you had to choose one.
Painting.
Why painting?
I choose one, then I'll choose painting.
But why?
I love to paint. I don't have the all my gadgets that I used to have to do all my painting. I don't have that anymore. If I want to paint now, I've got to do it on a very smaller scale. But I love painting, and I love working with my brushes and talking with my brushes, because
Is that like a
I
puppet
cannot.
show?
Yes, I'm talking with my brushes because my mouth cannot always say what I want to say, but my brushes can say what I want to say.
I like that expressionism. I like it. I like it. Barbara Wriggle Baker has asked, I love your work. This is from Barbara Wriggle Baker. I love your
Oh,
work.
thank you,
What
Barbara.
happens if you get someone that has no particular favourite colour or that likes a bit of everything? What do you do as a dream catcher or sun catcher then?
Oh, if there's no particular color, then all I will ask of the person, are you a flowery person? Are you an animal person? What kind of animal? Dog, bird, cat? And then when I have that information, then my imagination goes on its own merry way.
I dread to even think. Your imagination goes many different places, I'm sure. Okay.
All good,
Another
all
question.
good.
If you say so. Another question from Knitting Turnpike. Question for Ingrid. I know you like to use natural items in your dream catchers, but what are your favourite items to use for them and why?
Oh, my favorite items to use for them
Mm-hmm.
to make the inside.
Well, I'm guessing
If
out of the entire thing, what is your favourite item to use within the dream catcher make?
within the dream catcher, it would be cotton or bamboo yarn, cotton thread, or they also have like suede strips. Love those. I have used acrylic yarn also, but I don't. When you crochet or you knit with acrylic, that's something else. But when you craft with acrylic yarn, it doesn't feel the same. So I prefer cotton thread, bamboo, or the suede or leathery strings. My favorite.
So, why in particular those?
Because of the texture and it the more natural fibers.
Mm-hmm.
I will. I've almost. I'm going to say I have personality.
Mm-hmm.
um, and it speaks to you. It tells you what it wants to be. If you, with acrylic yarns, it just do what you want. It doesn't feel right. So with the natural fibers, why I prefer them is they, like I said, they speak to you and they've got personality and the texture. I love the texture of it.
Hmm. Now, you've mentioned a couple of times about commissions, so you obviously sell your items. So, Knitting Turnpike has the very last question that we have for today, and that is, how do people order things from you?
I don't have Etsy. You can email me. My email address is on my page. Yes, it's in on my page. Is my email address, so the people can email me, and then we take it from there.
In email, you talk shop.
Yes, yes. I feel it's better. It's more personal also to do it via email.
Yeah. Okay. Right, Ingrid. Our time is now up. Thank
Thank you
you
so
to
much.
everyone that has joined us at this time and for all your questions and compliments, which will be passed to Ingrid as soon as this live ends. Also, a thank you to those who are watching the replay with the sound on, so you actually get this thank you. It really does help. And that includes if this goes up onto Ingrid's page. For those that are watching, thank you for giving her the watch time. Now, Ingrid, please stay where you are. Everyone else, thank you very much for joining us and hope to see you at the next spotlight. But for now, take care.
Bye.
And a big thank
Thank
you
you.
from both of us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.